Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Permission Granted. I'm your host, Juliettericci Lagman. I'm a writer and an artist living in the Pacific Northwest. Thanks for joining me today. Today, I want to talk about a little more about my history and a recent retreat that I went on in Sedona, Arizona. It was life-changing. It was right up there with getting married, as in the best day of my life, almost. And pretty incredible. I went and shared this retreat with a group of amazing individuals, and we all bonded quite a bit, and they were lovely, and had some amazing facilitators, and I'm just so grateful. So I'll put more information about it in the show notes because the group is going to be doing the facilitator is going to be doing more retreats in the future, and it was just very pivotal. So. I just kind of want to talk about in the past year and a half, it's been a really wild ride. I'm 46 now, and about a year and a half ago, my stepmom passed away. And when that happened, it was pretty pivotal. It was I quit my job, and I booked a trip to Italy because I just realized that life is short, and my stepmom had always wanted to travel and she never did. Um, she wanted to travel the world, and she never took that chance. And I was like, well, life is short. I better just go. And so I did. I went on a trip to Italy, and it was pretty incredible. Um, and I loved it. And then additionally, my husband and I went to the Philippines last Christmas. And my husband Ron is from the Philippines. He was born there, and he came to America at the age of 27. And it was my first time going, and I absolutely loved it. It was incredible. It was so beautiful. The food was so good. It was just an amazing experience to see his world, and meet some of his family or spend time with them. I loved it. Another thing I wanted to share with you is that my husband, Ron, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer last year. And so we had surgery because that was the right path for us. And very grateful. Everything went well. And it's an interesting story because after he had his surgery last March, the first thing he said to me is, I want to become a yoga instructor. So I said, absolutely, let's do it. And so he did. He is currently training to be a yoga instructor, and he is going to actually continue his education. He's doing 200-hour certification right now, and he's going to continue on to 300-hour in 2025, starting in February, I believe. Anyhow, so that was life altering. When I got the news that he had cancer, and I was pretty upset. I was pretty scared. My greatest fear is dying alone, to be honest. We have 8 cats, but it's not the same as your partner, of course. So anyhow, after he had his surgery, I also had a moment where I was like, I had gone back to my corporate job. And a lot of the reason for that is I was wanted to make sure, I missed my people, I missed the job, but I also wanted to make sure we had insurance, given our health situation and whatnot. So anyway, after his surgery ended, and I saw him come out, I won't go too much into detail. I just said, "Oh no, I'm not doing this. Life is too short." So I tried again. I tried to go it on my own. I tried really hard. I'm like, oh, I want to be a full-time writer. And at this time I was working on my book, Be Like Water. So that was in the works. But there was always in the back of my mind the scared feelings about not having insurance, not having income, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, I tried for about 6 weeks and I just couldn't get myself to where I wanted to be. I was just feeling like I was lost and I was restless and I didn't know what to do without being part of the hamster wheel, is what I'll call it. Um, I didn't know what to do without someone telling me where to be and when to be there and what to do. Um, because I'd never done that my whole life. I looked to others and defaulted to others instead of looking inside myself to figure out what to do and who I was really. So I found another job. I went back to work, and in my gut, I could feel it right when I went in there, the office space. Something was wrong, and I couldn't tell what. Something was off. It was like really off. Um, so I tried for about 3 months, and during this time, so Oprah has a saying that, you get whispers, then you get, I think, shouts, and then you get a brick on the head. So my brick on the head to leave the 9 to 5 and go in search of who I truly am, follow my dreams, was I went to the doctor for a checkup, and I found out basically, I had to go get a mammogram and I'd never had one. So the doctor was like, yeah, you better check into this because I had a lump I'd had for a long time, but I ignored it. But the reason that I went to go get this mammogram really was my husband's situation. So that really prompted me. But anyhow, roundabout, I had a biopsy after an ultrasound, and I have breast cancer. So that was pretty pivotal. Now, by this time, I had been working with an energy healer, Katherine Litz, and I'd been working with her for a couple of months. And it was pretty pivotal that I was, because she was kind of helping me through my troubles at work and all of this. And once through working with her for a couple of months, once I found out about my breast cancer, I was like just full of gratitude, which is an odd response, and it's not my normal response, but the gratitude was, it was a kick in the right direction. It was a wake-up call. It was a brick over the head saying, oh my gosh, life is short. Go do what you want. Go do your traveling. It doesn't matter. Just, stop playing it small, stop shrinking yourself and go for it. So after probably a few more weeks of, I tried everything at work to make it work and try to fit into a place I clearly did not belong. I mean, just bar none. I just didn't belong there. I was shrinking myself and I wasn't appreciated because I just plainly didn't belong there. So then I quit that job September 5th, and I hired a life coach, Margaret Smith. Her nickname is Mo, and she's incredible. And through her, I've been transitioning, working on my health, working on my career as a writer, um, seeing which way to go, and working on my self-love, my husband and I live in a really small house, so I'm hoping to manifest a bigger house, actually. It's been amazing here, but we're ready to have more space. So, um, and I just want to say, if anyone has any questions about this story or anything, please do write me, email me. It's juliettericci@gmail.com. It's in the show notes, and my PO box is in there as well. Um, I am currently, I'd love to take questions and anything, but I really feel like I've had an awakening. I I have tried for so long to fit in and be good and not get yelled at and play it safe, and it's not working for me anymore. And the election that we just went through, normally last time in 2016, frankly, when Trump got elected, I was really upset and devastated, actually, and depressed and angry. And this time I said, I'm not going there. It's not that I'm not aware of the situation. I fully am, but I am trying something new. I've tried 40 years of being in the weeds and 40 years of sadness and 40 years of depression and anxiety. And you know what? It's not working for me anymore. So I have nothing to lose at this point. So I am going to try something else, and that is hope and positivity and joy. And, again, not that I'm not aware of what is going on in the world and in my life. I'm not oblivious to the fact that, I have breast cancer, and it's actually, I'm quite aware, and that is what's making me live my life to the fullest. And, that's what I want to talk about in this podcast. What is it in life that you want to do? And I understand we all have responsibilities, we all have bills, we are raising children, we have mortgages, we have all the things. I get it, but there is something bigger out there. And it's us. It's community. It's what's inside of us. So I want to talk about it. Um, I think the last thing I kind of want to talk about is this retreat that I went on. It was incredible. I've never been to Sedona before, and I loved it. I felt for the first time, oh my gosh, these are my people. And what's really interesting is for so much of my life, I have felt like, an outsider. I get tired around people, I feel their energy. Come to find out, these are my people, the spiritual people. The retreat was called Manifesting with Angels, and it was with a gentleman named Seph. And I'm going to put the information in the show notes, and co-facilitated by my life coach, Mo. And it was amazing. It was 3 days, 3 full days basically, and they brought in a lot of facilitators at this wonderful meeting space, healing space called Oasis. And we had sound baths by different practitioners, just incredible. Um, Breath work. We had hikes in the hills, more sound baths on the rocks. I mean, talk about juicy, talk about healing. Oh my gosh. We had an opportunity to do some acupuncture with an amazing practitioner. If you guys have any questions, let me know and I will get you names and information. I highly recommend going to Sedona just for a visit. It was so much fun. The food was amazing. Um, I visited some really great spots, and this time of year, mid-November, is quite nice. So it was very enjoyable. We did quite a few other things. We did a reading with an amazing gentleman. We did some kind of group talk and group therapy, if you will, and just really showed that we saw each other as a group, and I loved it. So anyhow, I felt like I had a healing, and literally and figuratively. And I went on this journey, and I would just urge everybody to do that for themselves. So anyhow, I'm gonna wrap up there, but thank you for listening, and I'm excited to bring you more episodes. And we're going to have some fun and it won't be as heavy as all this. And I'm going to have some wonderful guests. And yeah, just let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for joining. Talk soon. Bye.